Good morning everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel Rag-venturediaries. My name's John. Last night we camped out in a nice little park up on the Pembrokeshire Coast, and today we're going to head off and hike round the Angle Peninsula. So this will be Coast and Coffee episode 9, so why not come and join me? The views from here are pretty good. You can see the Angle Peninsula, and you can see there the RNLI lifeboat station, the Angle lifeboat station, and over to the right Stack Rocks, which is a 19th century fortification guarding the harbour. You can see a tanker there berthed up on one of the jetties, because Milford Haven is of course quite an industrial area for petroleum and oil. And you can see here just behind me the Valero oil refinery. I suppose it's a bit of a scar on the landscape, but you know, people in these parts are quite used to that, this being quite a deep natural harbour and an industrial port. Just had to wade through some mud. I inched a little bit too close to this electric fence that the farmer's put up to keep his livestock from dropping off the field onto the beach, and I took a bit of a belt. So yeah, that electric fence is operational, it does work, and it caused me to get my feet wet. Take a wider berth on this muddy part so I don't repeat that again. We're approaching Angle Bay. Morning. Morning. Lovely morning. Beautiful. Yeah, so here we are, Angle Bay. So we're going to have to walk around it, and that's fine, to get onto the peninsula. And we'll go up past the old point house, which you can see straight ahead of me in the white. So just coming out to this end of this little finger here for some views, that's all. We'll have to go back and then walk round. Milford Haven waterway, and then looking back to where we've come from, there's the Valero refinery. I camped there with my mum and dad when I was about 6 years old. Memories, eh? Anyway, let's head round onto the Angle Peninsula, and you can see there the old point house and the lifeboat station. I'll head off round to those. So here's the old point house. You can see a sign in the window there saying closed until May 2026. You can see it's had the sign on the front taken down, so don't really know if that's operational anymore. We'll have to see. That's where we've just walked round East Angle Bay. So we're going to head round Angle Point to the lifeboat station, Chapel Bay, round to West Angle Bay. We'll probably call it then and then come back through the village. Yeah, it's going to be a decent little walk. Just passing a place called St Mary's Chapel, overlooking Chapel Bay. It's a pretty rocky and stony bay. There's no point us going down to there. So this is Chapel Bay Fort. Looks like it's closed. It's a shame we can't get in here, because this is like a 19th century fort that was constructed for the defence of Milford Haven waterway, and it would have been an emplacement for heavy maritime artillery. It would have had interlocking arcs with east and west blockhouse, and really maritime defence of a strategically important waterway. There we can see 1891. Shame we can't get in there for a look. So as the fort is closed and we can't get in there for a look, we'll keep heading around the peninsula, and we can see off to the left there, West Angle Bay is coming up. So we'll drop down into there and probably have a cup of coffee when we're there. There we go, there's a good view of Thorn Island, built in the 19th century. Designed to accommodate heavy naval artillery to defend the estuary of Milford Haven, and can interlock with east and west blockhouse. You can see the RNLI lifeboat there heading back to the lifeboat station, and a bit of activity on the waterway this morning, just slowing down as they pass each other. Now we're heading down into West Angle Bay, and we'll head back through Angle Village, back to Angle Bay, and then retrace our footsteps back to the van. But what a gorgeous morning this morning, beautiful views, and spring is finally here. By my reckoning, this is about the third dry day we've had this year, and we're halfway through March, so it couldn't come too soon. Great to get out in this great weather. So if we wanted to walk around to Freshwater West, we'd cross around the top of West Angle Bay, and it's only a couple of miles round this next headland. But that's going to be pretty popular on a lovely day like today. So we'll draw stumps here, head back through Angle Village and back to the van. Here we are coming into the car park at West Angle Bay. As you can see, it's pretty popular, and that's because you've got a beautiful sandy beach here, ideal for kayaking, surfing, just having a really good beach day. So we won't hang around. What we'll do is we'll head through the car park at the rear there. We can see that camper van coming in, that motorhome rather, and we'll head back in through Angle Bay, Angle Village rather. That's about a mile back down to Angle Bay, and a couple of miles back from there. So all in all, back to the van, that should be round about just a shade under 9 miles. So that's good enough for today. It's getting quite hot in the sun. We're not used to it this year, are we? Whew. So back up that road to Chapel Bay Fort Museum. We could go back that way, but no, let's go back through Angle Village because it's different. Oh, hi Bernier. You got somebody down here who loves plastic animals. Oh, look, there's Elvis. Hello Elvis. Ha ha ha. Have a nice day in Angle, thank you very much. We'll head down now to St Mary's Church down here. Now, this church is a medieval church. I believe it dates back to the 13th century. Well, down from the globe, I am sure I remember that being a post office as a kid. I certainly remember as a young lad being on the swings and the slides in that little park there. St Mary's, 13th century by all accounts. Good job I didn't try and come across that little path there. I would have been up to my waist wading. The tide is on the flood, so wise decision to come right round the village. So yeah, we're back on our original path now, all good. 7 miles in, another 2 back to the van. Well, there you go folks, I'm back at the van for a drink and some sandwiches, but I'm going to call it a day now. Got to head off and get some Mother's Day flowers. Mother's Day on Sunday, don't forget. If you like that content, please like and subscribe. In the next couple of weeks we're going to be getting the van ready for a road trip up to Scotland, so that's a decent little adventure. Make sure you don't miss any of the action.